it going, guys? We're here yet again with another movie review, a shocking movie review this time because it's 2 months before it's even supposed to reach here. But I just saw Demon Slayer Infinity Castle. Whew! It was something, alright. I can confirm this. It is not the end. There is supposed to be another chapter. I don't know if it's going to be a series or a movie, but there is supposed to be another one called Sunset Countdown. So obviously in this movie you could expect it not to be completely finished, but plenty of great points. There's a lot of the same thing that you see in the series where it takes one character and you go through their life story, and we got a big part in this movie for Akaza, which is the demon that took out Rengoku. But yeah, he got a big story in this, a big portion of the movie. But what else can I say? I mean, besides spoiler wise, you're gonna hear a lot of them throughout the whole video. So if you don't want to hear them, you can leave now. Shinobu, sadly, she's passed. We lost her as a Hashira. She's going to I think Todoma. I think Doma was the demon's name. But man, oh man, she tried. I give her that. It was pretty sad. Not as much as I thought would happen in this movie. I thought we'd lose a lot more people. But still, such great scenes that we had. You had Shinobu fighting against Doma, which was like the first portion. Well, besides you seeing the continuation and falling into the Infinity Castle. But you saw a big portion with her. It took you through a backstory where she had a sister and that same demon killed that said sister. So big beef between, actually the whole movie was beef between two people. It was kind of like combining stories together. Big thing, well now throughout their whole battle, now Kaneo stands there and she's against Doma, so we don't exactly see what's gonna happen next with that. Let's hope it's not bad. But then it branches off into Zenitsu against it was the Upper Demon 6. I don't remember his name. Or Upper Moon 6, excuse me. Upper Demon. But apparently we got a bit of Zenitsu's past even more. In this film, he was completely serious. You didn't see him bawling his eyes out or nothing. He's there to fight, and that's what you saw. But apparently, the demon he was fighting was another disciple of Gramps, which is what they call their master. And apparently, somewhere down the line, he went the path of a demon, and Zenitsu hated him for it, apparently. But huge fight with them. Zenitsu showed, all the characters in this movie showed immense power. You saw a lot more than what you saw in the series. They really awakened themselves here. So he had the whole fight. Got him pretty quick. The fight was pretty quick. I know it's the 6th Upper Moon, so it's kind of the least power, but still very great for what it's worth. And then the movie branches out again, and you see Giyu and Tanjiro fight against, oh shit, what was his name? I just had it in my head. Akaza. I think I just said that already with the whole, I was explaining Rengoku. But yeah, obviously they had beef with each other because, they remembered the past with Rengoku and junk, and he was talking shit. Tanjiro was pissed, and you push come to shove, you see what happens. We get a bit of Tanjiro's story in this, more of his backstory with his father and all that, so you did get a little bit more knowledge, I guess you'd say, than before. You do see immense change with him throughout the movie. He can sense shit with his eyes thanks to his father, and he's stepping up. I'm telling you, by the end of this, he's probably gonna be the one to face off against Muzan. But yeah, throughout the film, very crazy with the whole two of them clashing against Muzan. Alright guys, so we're continuing the video here. I know it's a little weird. A family member walked in and I had to cut the first video off. So if you're wondering why, there's your explanation. But we're right about towards the end anyways. We're talking about pretty much what we had left. We had Nezuko, which was seen a little bit at the end there with Tanjiro's master. So she's probably gonna play a more bigger part. And the sunset, I keep forgetting it. You guys get the point, I said it earlier. But she's gonna play a bigger part in the next one because that's Muzan's goal. He wants her, that's the purpose. Not love-wise, just because he wants to conquer the sun. Because, you know, as you know, in this anime, demons can't go in the sun. Kind of like vampires. But I wanted to make that point. We did see her a little bit. Just not, like, in action. Tamio, and what's the kid's name that's always helping her? Shit, I do not remember that at all, but Tamio is currently trying to get down Muzan. You know, he's in this huge blood bowl, I guess you can call it, something like that. But pretty much that's how it's pretty much gonna be continued from, you know, them looking. They're still looking for Muzan throughout the entire film. Or at least the crows are. They have the crows working on each part of the castle, trying to map it out. So that's pretty much the goal. I like the way they did everything. The action. The Giyu finally got his marks. So, you know, that should be a better thing for him. Everybody grew in this film. You could see them, you know, gaining more skill and power to them. But that's what it was split up into. It was three parts throughout the film. I already explained it before. Akaza, as I said, he got most of the end part of the movie. You got a bunch of his backstory. Pretty sad as always, like they usually would give you. Hopefully things work out. They're gonna have a lot to do because, like I said, the Kaneo and Doma thing, they still gotta fight. We gotta figure out what's gonna happen with that. Yeah, couple upper moons to deal with left. But that's pretty much what I can say about it. It's great. Maybe it's on your streaming platforms. That's kind of how I found it. You know, I have the little anime apps and junk. You know, I'm sure some of you have that too. But it's currently in Japan. That's mainly the reason why it's coming in September to here, because, you know, they have to make the English version or that junk. But I loved what I saw, and that's the point. You know, whether it's split up into certain parts or not, it was done very well. Glad to see it back, man. I know in the beginning, there was not a lot of people liking Demon Slayer until it grew on a bunch of people, and then people started watching it. But let's hope things work out. We saw pretty much every Hashira. Most of them, you just saw a little bit with them slashing some regular demons. They didn't really get a full part. So that's why I explained it the way I did. Same thing, other than seeing Zenitsu go through his own thing, you didn't really see much of Inosuke. You just saw him run around and fight a couple demons himself. Nothing crazy. But really, really emotional, really action-packed. Go see it for yourselves. I mean, I'm saying that like it's in theaters. Go find it and see it for yourselves. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this little movie review video, and I'll see you guys in my next one.